Moen, American Standard, A.O. Smith, Renai, Gerber, Milwaukee, Goulds, and more. Visit the showroom soon and see how you can keep your kitchen exciting. That's Wind Supply of Shelby, located at 208 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and online at windsupplyinc.com. Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs, from preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too. Is your washer or dryer on its last leg? Is your refrigerator and stove giving you trouble? Well, why wait till they completely break down? Come to the Appliance Center at 793 West Main Street in Forest City or the Appliance Center at 508 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. They sell new appliances in the box and new scratch and dent appliances for all of your household needs at heavily discounted prices of up to 50 and 60% off MSRP. And military, veterans, and first responder discounts are available. Visit your nearest Appliance Center in Forest City and in Shelby today. Don't let bad plumbing drive you plumb crazy. Call the plumbing experts. That's Homestead Plumbing in Forest City. Sure, they can clean your drain or even do a camera inspection for sewer line and replacement. But did you know they have water treatment systems and water heaters? From residential to commercial, they do it all. Give them a call at 828-245-7302, 828-245-7302. And they also have employment opportunities. Call Homestead Plumbing at 828-245-7302 and like them on Facebook too.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Chosen breed, you don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football pregame show. Another Friday night here on KTC Broadcasting. Welcome back again, my friends Shannon Allen and Dennis Davis. I'm Kevin Hastings, and we got a big night ahead of us. It's playoff night, round 3, a week before, of course, Turkey Week, of course. But this is round 3 where it starts to warm up, get hot, get good. We've got games across the area. We're about to give you those in just a moment. Let me pull up the screen. There you go for the folks. There's our schedule on the board. We've got 1A. If you're watching at home, folks, if you're listening on the radio, hey, you can watch live on YouTube every Friday night. Pregame show live before the games, obviously. The Red Zone channel will be live during the games. I'll be switching through between 3 games tonight and giving you live update. We've got highlights from 4 games tonight, actually. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll have that during the Red Zone and post-game. And then, of course, post-game show with Dennis and I from 10 to 11:45. Now, if you're watching at home, I've got them separated in quadrants, 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. 1 in the top left, 2 in the bottom left, 3A in the top right, 4A in the bottom right. There's our scoreboard for tonight. And we've got, 16 games here in the West, 16 left in the East, guys. And welcome to Dennis and Shannon Friday Night Football. And excited we've got 3 Cleveland County teams left. Lincoln and Rutherford has been eliminated, and we've got a Gaston County battle tonight. Forest View and South Point, big rivalry. Just a huge game down there for them, for both those schools tonight. And then East Gaston is still alive, so we've got 3 alive in Gaston County. Then, of course, the Maiden Blue Devils are now de facto hometown WLON Lincoln County team tonight as our broadcast tonight. Dennis, the Salisbury Hornets. Salisbury comes in tonight to face Maiden in Maiden, and that'll be on WLON tonight, 10:50 a.m. I don't have it on the board, Shannon. 107.5 FM. It's on your sheet of paper right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so that's easy enough for you Lincoln County folks. You'll be listening to Maiden tonight over in Lincoln County. Shelby tonight, we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to split the 1390 and 101.5 signals.
Yeah.
So Shelby, again, will be on 1390, and Crest will be on 101.5. Now, folks, all of these, the links are on our website, ktcbroadcasting.com. Link you straight to the links online. You want to listen to your car, at the games, wherever. Take your headphones with you and listen to the broadcast in your ears and your Bluetooth at the games. But Shelby also tonight, Dennis and Shannon, will be on the Cherville station, WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. And the key for that, folks, for Shelby folks looking for the link, if you go to KTC Broadcast, of course, click on the artwork with the where it says Shelby. But what you need to do also is you can go to just click on the WCSL link. So you'll be on that'll be the stream it'll be on. So for the Shelby game, you'll be on the WCSL streaming. If you're looking for that. So go to the WCSL stream for Shelby, but you'll be on 1390 AM there in town. So is that clear enough, Dennis?
I've got it.
You've got it. Okay, well, if you've got it.
I don't know if those people out there got it. I've got a friend. I've been trying to explain to him all year how to go to the computer. He lives in Morganton, and he can listen to the games.
Right.
And he can watch the post-game show. And he got a new laptop this week, so I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for him.
All right.
Just hit the red button. That's all you got to do.
All right, Dennis, if you'll read the 1A and 4A's down at the bottom matchups for tonight, and then Shannon can read the 2A's and the 3A's for tonight.
We got it. Murphy is at Eastern Randolph tonight, so that's a pretty good little bus ride from Murphy to East Randolph if you've ever made that trip. North Rowan is at Robbinsville. Once again, that's another good bus ride. And I wonder if those buses will pass along the way somewhere on 74 or 40. Thomasville's at Mitchell, another bus ride. Star Mount's at Mount Airy. That's just an Uber right there. That's not too bad. And the Fighting Mallard Creek Mustangs, is that what they are, Mustangs?
Mallard, no, they're the Mavericks.
Mavericks,
yeah.
The Fighting Mavericks are going to be taking on Huff tonight. So let me know if that's who wins that, if that's a 15-rounder or what. It goes on with that. East Forsyth is at Glenn tonight. Cuthbertson is at Weddington. That ought to be an interesting game right there. And Porter Ridge is at Chambers. And my old buddy Chris Hawk, who was at Mountain Island Charter, he moved over to Chambers, and they've been doing pretty good. I think they're the number 2 team down there in Mecklenburg County compared to Huff, I think, is the number 1 team down there.
All right. Shannon?
All right, so in the 3A, you got High Brighton will be going to Statesville. Kings Mountain will be traveling to Dudley. And then Kevin mentioned a while ago in Gaston County, you got Forest View going over to South Point. And then the other 3A game is North Davidson coming to Crest. That's the 3A. Now the 2A games are Monroe is at East Surrey. Hendersonville will be at Reedsville. Salisbury at Maiden, and East Gaston at Shelby.
All right, guys. So there are your matchups for this evening, and we're going to pick the 2A's and 3A's and concentrate on those for tonight, guys, because those are our teams that are still there. We don't have any in the 1A and 4A. So one more time, let me go through those for the folks at home in the 1A and 4A's to remind everybody. So again, we're going to pick 2A's and 3A's. So in the 4A's, Mallard Creek Mavericks and the Huff Huskies, East Forsyth Eagles and the Glen Bobcats will face off. Winners will face each other. Then Cuthbertson Cavaliers, the Weddington Warriors, and Porter Ridge Pirates at the Chambers Cougars, and those two teams will face the winners of that matchup. In the 1A, Murphy Bulldogs at East Randolph Wildcats. I'm going to look up some of these distances for you, Dennis, here in a minute while you are picking games for fun. North Rowan Cavaliers will be at Robbinsville Black Knights, so the winner of those two games will play each other. Thomasville all the way up in Mitchell tonight. will play the winner of Starmount and the winner of Mount Airy, who we talked about them last week. Dennis, they've given up 18 points this season, Shannon. 18 points.
Total.
Yeah.
That's not one game. That's all season.
It's 3 different games. They give up 6 points. They didn't even allow an extra point.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm just well.
And there's one more
They
team
averaged
that's
like
actually,
56. I think it was 56 is what they averaged. Go ahead.
I think they're Mount Airy. I know they're in the 1A.
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, I thought you meant Salisbury.
No,
That's
Mount Airy.
Oh yeah, Mount Airy. But
It's
yeah,
only
Mount
given
Airy
up
and Salisbury.
18.
Those are very similar defenses. They're legit. They're actually legit.
Yeah, to me, looking at that, 18 points all year, 6 points in games. I mean, those are your backups basically giving up the points, right?
Yeah, I would say.
So, take that for what it is, Mount Airy, if you think they're the favorite coming out of the West or not. So anyway, we're going to make some picks tonight, and break down some of these games. All right. Are you guys ready for some of that?
Anytime.
All right, anytime. Dennis is ready anytime. All right. Let me get my scoreboard settled here. And we will start with High Brighton at Statesville tonight. The Panthers will be at the Greyhounds. The Greyhounds haven't lost this season. Shannon, you want to break down some of that a little bit while I pull up my information?
All right. So many did not believe that High Brighton would make it this far in the playoffs. And after they defeated Freedom in the first round by just 1 point, they defeated Concord in the second round 27-14. High Brighton is led by quarterback Kobe Wilson. They have a running back named Sadari Moore. They're averaging 28 a game. They're giving up 24. Now, Statesville comes in after defeating Inca 49-0 in the first round and East Lincoln 42-3. And in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, quarterback Zamari Stevenson leads the Greyhounds. On the offense, he's averaging 102 yards a game in the air with 13 touchdowns. He, along with Harrison Connor, lead the rushing attack as well. Combined, they have 29 touchdowns on the ground. Statesville's averaging 40. They're only giving up 8 points a game. This game here, Dennis, Statesville should easily win. And I've got Statesville 49, High Brighton 7.
Well, I consulted some other people, Kevin, just to get an idea of what, the hoi polloi out there was thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Statesville winning by 17 over High Brighton, because Statesville's number 2. And as you discussed earlier, they have had an incredible year defensively. And I think you're going to see Statesville triumph tonight. And I think you're going to see High Brighton struggle. I think this game is going to end up like 17 for High Brighton and 34 for Statesville.
All right, there's your Greyhounds. Both of them going with the Greyhounds tonight. Now, the winner of that game could be a Cleveland County matchup. They will face the winner of Kings Mountain Mountaineers at the Dudley Panthers.
So they're not the do-rights.
No. Their logo is a mixture of kind of a Carolina Panther and the Detroit Tiger / Durham Bulls D. So that kind of a fancy D with a Black Panther jumping through it. So Dudley will be facing the Mountaineers, the kings of the alliteration or repetitiveness, whatever you want to put that. But anyway, Shannon, how do you break down the Mountaineers? Can they pull off the upset tonight in Greensboro?
Well, they've got a tough task. But now a lot of people last week had Kings Mountain losing to West Charlotte.
Yeah.
And the Kings Mountain comes in averaging 30 points a game, and they're led by Lamont Littlejohn at quarterback. He's averaging 120 in the air. Running back Robert Kendrick is their main weapon on the ground. He had 130 yards last week against that quick, speedy West Charlotte defense. And Jake Lloyd, along with Micah Ward, lead the Mountaineer defense. Now, Dudley, a little bit about them. They're averaging 49 points a game, and they're giving up 6 a game. Their only loss came against Hillside back on September 3rd, where they lost 30-14. Now, excluding this game, the most points they have allowed this year was 9 points, and that was against Southeast Guilford. Quarterback Jameer Slade leads Dudley in the air, averaging 162. He has 25 touchdowns. Running backs Michael Shaw and R.J. Baker lead the ground attack. Now, Kings Mountain is surprising me this year in the playoffs, Dennis.
Yes, me too.
I think they're, I don't want to say they're a team of destiny, but again, they're so young. They just
and don't leave out injuries.
In injuries, yeah, and the injuries is a factor as well. They've lost some people, but they're still winning. But they're very talented in who they put out there on the field. So I'm going with Kings Mountain to pull the upset here. I'm thinking they're going to go up to Dudley, and it's going to be a close game. I got them winning 35-34. Kicker misses one.
Wow. I tell you what, this is going to sound
Or
crazy.
they go for two and they miss it. Yeah.
Okay.
I like Greg Lloyd. I've known Greg all his life and knew his mother, and his wife was one of my all-time favorite students. But I tell you what, going to Dudley is a tough road.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get some home cooking at Dudley. We won't go into all that kind of stuff, but Dudley bothers me in that they haven't played the quality of the competition that Kings Mountain has. And people probably may not have thought about this, but the Big South Conference has more teams playing at this time than any conference in the state. It's rated as one of the best conferences because of the quality of the teams. So if you give Kings Mountain, they played a tough schedule, pat on the back, I think this game is a lot closer than the expert that I consulted that said Dudley by 16. I'm like you. I'm going to pull for Kings Mountain. I'm going to hope Kings Mountain, the most success that they have, I would like to see another Kings Mountain and Crest matchup.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Kings Mountain here, but I'm going to go real close. I'm going to go with 24-21 Kings Mountain.
All right. So both of them go Mountaineers. So next week we could have a Mountaineers and Statesville matchup. Another trip a little bit closer if the Mountaineers had to go there. All right. So that means the next one we have up then is Forest View at South Point tonight. Jaguars and Red Raiders rematch. Shannon, what you got?
So let me go back to the Kings Mountain. If High Brighton upsets Statesville and Kings Mountain beats Dudley, Kings Mountain would have a home game, right?
I don't have the official. Yeah, they're right in front of you. Y'all got the one with the brackets. Here, hand it to me. I'll look at it. Oh, everybody I give that to.
Kings Mountain's number 11 seed.
11. Kings Mountain's 11 seed. They would be
High
going to High Brighton.
Brighton's 7 seed.
Oh, okay.
So Kings Mountain's on the road no matter what the rest of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, all that turf.
Unless South Point or Forest View won out, then Kings Mountain could host one of those
In the
two
fifth
teams.
round, yeah.
Yes.
That's
the only home game that Kings Mountain could get.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Dennis. You've got Forest View. We'll go do what? Forest View and South Point.
Okay. All right, so Forest View's 7-5, South Point's 9-3. This is the second meeting between these two teams. South Point won the first meeting back on October 22nd in double overtime, 17-14. That game was played at Forest View. And now this is a game where now they're playing in Belmont. And I think that's going to be an advantage right there. Forest View is led by quarterback Austin Parker. He's averaging 118 in the air. He has 12 touchdowns. Cameron Reed and Nathan Aguilar, they complement Parker offensively. Forest View's only averaging 22 a game. They're giving up 18, so they're not blowing people out, but they're finding ways to win. Forest View will not. They typically won't win a shootout. They're built to wear you down. And once they take the lead, it's hard to take that back. Now South Point, they're led by the running back Tyson Riley. He's averaging 180 yards on the game or on the ground with 30 touchdowns. Cam Medlock and Elijah Pfeiffer are also offensive threats. South Point defeated Eastern Guilford and Pisgah to get to this point. And Dennis, I really believe the 12th man advantage is playing down in Belmont, and that's going to benefit South Point in this game because it's hard to go down there and win. I mean, it's hard to go to Belmont and win a game. And so I think it's going to be a one-score game. South Point 31, Forest View 24.
Well, we always say you're behind 7 points when you get off the bus down there at the mud hole. I mean, the stadium. This is a conference game.
Yeah.
We just talked about the Big South and how tough it is. And this is an example. You've got two teams playing right here. Only one of them will advance, so you're going to eliminate another Big South team. South Point went up to Pisgah and took care of business. They're a different team than they were earlier due to experience, some mistakes that they made earlier on, some injuries, that kind of thing. The saying always goes about the how about this? The irresistible force meets the immovable object. Well, down in Belmont tonight, that running back for South Point, he is good.
Yeah.
He is quick. He is the irresistible force. But let's look at the Forest View defense. They're the immovable object. And this is going to be a battle of the trenches. You know that front line at South Point. You always come out after the South Point game, your shins are hurting because of the way
You're
block,
beat up, yeah.
they block on offense. But they don't move the ball through the air very much. They've thrown a few more passes this year. Forest View, on the other hand, does have an aerial attack. And they're playing in South Point. And South Point's playing for pride this week. They're, wanting them to change their mascot for whatever politically correct motives it is. And I think they have a lot of pride. And, I don't know. This is one of those games, man. You could flip a coin. Heads, it's South Point. Tails, it's Forest View. I'm going to make a call. I'm going with Forest View because they have a better defense, I think, at this point. Even though they're playing down at Belmont and they're behind 7 points right now, and it's not even 7:30 yet. So Forest View, I think, is going to win that one. And they're going to win it 28-24.
And I agree about Tyson Riley. And this is the time of year everybody knows he's going to get the ball. South Point's going to have to find somebody else that is dependable to complement Riley. And if they can find that tonight, it's going to be another threat. But it's going to be a close game. It'll be a good ball game down at South Point.
The question is if Riley should somehow in the course of the game, no predictions or anything, but if something should happen to him and he got an ankle twisted or hurt or something, what has South Point got?
I know they got a good fullback on their JV team. I saw him play against Shelby's JV, and he's legit. I mean, I don't know why he's not on varsity.
Would you plug and play him here?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I'd have him moved up, absolutely. Because it's the same offense.
I think he's been running that since he was about 8 years old.
It's not gonna.
It's not like Cam Newton. We got to teach you the new playbook here.
Right. There's no there. Yeah. All right, it's time to take a break. We come back. We'll set up the matchup for the winner of that South Point. Did y'all pick yet? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. We still got North Davidson and Crest.
Right. So when we come back, we're going to set up North Davidson versus Crest against Forest View and South Point winner on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. Two good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. 4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory. That's over 90 years of experience, knowledge, and tradition. Their staff takes pride in the professionalism your family will receive. Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. Online at cecilmburtonfuneralhome.com. Call 704-480-8383. It's Christmas Open House, Friday and Saturday, November 26th and 27th at Victoria Cole Gibson Collectibles in downtown Cherryville. It's one you won't want to miss. There will be free refreshments and free gift wrapping and plenty of gift ideas for everyone on your Christmas shopping list. See the new and exciting trees, along with unbelievable decorations. The Christmas Open House, Friday and Saturday, November 26th and 27th at Victoria Cole Gibson Collectibles, 112 East Main Street, downtown Cherryville. Like them on Facebook, too.
Your family, your property, your life. Don't risk them. When you're in the middle of a divorce you didn't expect, dealing with overwhelming odds, put someone on your team that can help. Call Calder Valentine Law at 704-470-2440 or go to www.caldervalentine.com. Here's what one client said recently. Blake was an outstanding lawyer to work with. I'm certainly glad he was by my side representing me. He has a calming, understanding nature that makes talking to him easy, especially through such tough times. We're here for you. Call now, 704-470-2440. Your life is too important to take chances. Experience awaits. Call now.
Want to wow guests this holiday season? Learn how in Cleveland Community College's Cooking for the Holidays class. Learn to prepare festive dishes your family and friends will rave about. Want more? Learn the basics of cooking professionally in the 7-week Culinary Academy. Don't delay, register today. Evening classes are available, but seating is limited. Call 704-669-4015 to register or to get more information.
Hey, welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football Pregame Show. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Shannon Allen and Dennis Davis. We were setting up our last game we were talking about was Forest View and the Jaguars. We're setting up our next game tonight, broadcast live on 101.5 FM, kdcbroadcasting.com. Rob Roop and Tom Centofanti will be out there. We've kicked Shannon out of the booth. He's the B team, so he's on the sidelines tonight reporting.
Well, Tom, being a former Charger, is going back home.
Shannon, if you've paid attention to any type of sporting broadcast over the last 10 years, you always send the beauty to the sidelines. The sideline reporters are way better looking than the guys in the booth. So
that's why you're wearing that skirt tonight.
Just know you send the sexiness to the sidelines, Shannon.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
You could be the new Michelle Tafoya.
That's all right. No. Don't butter me up.
You know, she used to be at Channel 36 years ago.
I was going to say Tony Saragusa, but you know.
Oh, well,
if you want to go to Michelle Tafoya. Well, anyway, welcome back, everybody. We've got some broadcasting to go. And I tell you what, I missed the Goose. He was funny. Let's see. North Davidson tonight, they are losers of 3 games. Scored 387, give up 260. Now, we've seen this team before on KTC Broadcasting. We've seen them in a state championship game against the Shelby Golden Lions in a 2A. Now, sitting here in the 3A, they lost to Reagan. I don't know what that is. Is that a 4?
The funny thing about North Davidson, Kevin, they're one of those teams that they were 4A and went from 4A to 2A and from 2A to 3A. Jeez. And it's because they were opening schools like Reagan in their neighborhood. Oh. And, you know, those kids were pulled from this one to that one to the other. And so North Davidson is at 3A level right now. I'd still like to see, you know, their roster compared to some of the other teams.
Reagan isn't even listed on.
Yeah, Reagan, I think, is now 2A.
It used to be 4A. Reagan.
They were at one time 4A, and what happened is like in Burke County when they built Patton and Drone.
Yeah, took them.
You know, it just sucked Freedom and the other schools down.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the 2021 through 2025, so this is not the past, right? And Reagan is not on this list. Were they called something else? Or?
Nope. They were named in honor of President Reagan. I have actually been there.
On the list. Pafftown, it says that's where it's at, I
guess?
Yep,
Pafftown. That's just outside of Winston-Salem.
Well, Coach Pruitt tells me they're 4A, but they are not listed on the official North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1 through 4A.
This is why the legislature this week passed a bill that now the state school board controls the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Yeah, they're in the conference with Glenn, East Forsyth, West Forsyth, Davie County, Mount Tabor, R.J. Reynolds, and Parkland.
Yeah, Mount Tabor got some of that. Mount Tabor used to be 4A too.
Well, I don't know what I'm looking. I'm looking at the worst list.
They're still 4A.
None of those are on my list.
It says here 4A. I don't know.
They're 5A now because they're not on my list of 4A schools.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's all messed up.
All right, whatever. It don't matter. They
Thanks for
lost to
3
them
extra
41-19. They lost to Northwest Guilford 43-14, and they lost to Asheville, guys.
Yeah, Court
54-0. Now, they beat Oak Grove by 3, who East Lincoln beat in the first round. Beat Ledford, West Henderson, Hickory by 3, who Hickory's been a tough game. I thought Hickory might win that game last week. So there's your.
When did they play Asheville? What day was that? Or what date was that? Earlier? October?
Is a Friday.
Oh.
September
Very
7th,
good, Kevin.
September 17th.
Okay, beginning of the year. Okay.
And they beat 54-0. North Davidson lost to Asheville. Asheville, remember, got beat by Kings Mountain.
And
So Kings Mountain beat Asheville. Asheville smoked North Davidson, and then Crest has beat Kings Mountain. So by that standard, Crest should win 72-6 tonight.
And
Is that your prediction?
No.
Asheville played in the Cleveland County Jamboree, too. They played
They did.
Shelby that night.
The coach at Asheville is the former coach at Chase, who was the former assistant coach at Crest.
Yeah, that's right. Bradford. All right, so we doing this one? North Davidson at Crest?
Yeah, real quick. Coach Brooks says North Davidson went to 2A after Bill Oak Grove was the specific school as far as that goes. Yes. So what do you got, Shannon, on this? How do the Chargers, are they full health? You know, you guys have, Dennis, you've had different quarterbacks and running back, and they snapped the ball to 7 different people. So
yeah, it's
I'm
quarterback
how's
by
the
committee
health on offense right now.
For Crest?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're good.
They ready to rock?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they're good.
then yes, my 60-6 prediction might be right.
So North Davidson comes in, as Kevin said, defeating West Henderson and Hickory in the playoffs. First 2 rounds, they're averaging 35, giving up 24 a game. Quarterback Gavin Hill, he's averaging 176 in the air with 13 touchdowns, but he has 12 interceptions. He has a Brett Favre syndrome. Running back Xavier Hayes, he's averaging 133 on the ground. He's a big, tall running back. He has 20 touchdowns, and they're very balanced at what they do. So, but Crest comes in averaging 35, giving up 18. They defeated Carson and West Rowan to get to this point. Usually Crest has a big line and just more physical across the front than most teams, but Dennis this year is different. They aren't as big, but they are extremely physical across that front, which that complements the speed that they have coming from that backfield, especially on offense. So the quarterback, Natavius Husky, wide receivers, Carter Green, Javarius Green, and Malachi Addison. They're very fast and very hard to stop. But the key to Crest, as we all know, is their running back, Maury Adams. And, I've said this all along. He may be, pound for pound, the best running back in the state, and he's right here in our backyard. So Crest is playing. They're playing extremely well right now. And, I think this game, I think Crest is just, they're priming the pump right now. I mean, they're really rolling right now, and they have a good nucleus on offense, balanced with a good, strong defense. So I think Crest comes out victorious tonight, moves on to the next round, 49-21.
Okay, I would be happy with that. The only thing that bothers me about Crest is they've had a propensity over the last few years to make a lot of what I would call dumb penalties, unsportsmanlike, offsides, just various things at crucial times.
Blocking the back.
Yeah, which would give them the advantage. Now, whether these are legitimate calls or, we can always blame the refs that, some guys are just get on a certain thing and they're calling it and they're calling it and they're calling it and it can't be happening that much. It's like they come out and they make the call before they see the play.
Right.
But let me talk about North Davidson for just a moment. They've got this running back that you talked about over there, and he's one of them guys with that funny sounding name, Xavier Hayes. He's rushed for 1,328 yards and 20 touchdowns. And North Davidson people say, oh, you had never seen anything like him. He's fast. Look at all the touchdowns he scored. Well, Crest just says, well, what about Maury Adams? He had 1,724 yards, and he had 23 touchdowns. And you ain't seen fast till you've seen him go down the sideline. I'm with you, Shannon. I think Crest at this point is a couple of notches above North Davidson. They should move on tonight with ease. Now, when I say that, I'm sitting here waiting for the shoe to drop and them start making them bad penalties or not come out and play in the first half, like they've done from time to time. But I'm going with Crest tonight, and I'm going with Crest with 36, and I'm going with North Davidson with 14.
Well, anytime you get this deep in the playoffs, you got to consider yourself a good team, and the opponent you're playing, you got to consider them one of the best teams. And so it's going to be. I think it'll be a good ball game. I was shocked about the Asheville score, but that you said it was on September 17th, beginning of the season. A lot of things changed since then, but I think they've made it this far. They must be pretty good. So I think that'll be a good third round matchup here for Crest and for all the other ones. Kings Mountain Dudley's a good one. FARSU South Point's going to be a good one. And Statesville High Brighton will be a good one in the 3A.
Yeah, well, this round you're going to get tough competition. You're going to get close games. That first round they could just eliminate that, but that's money. We know why they play that one. Right. Next week it's going to be slobber knockers all across the board.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah, the games will get better next week for sure. Even though they're good this week, they'll obviously be better next week. So
yeah, but this North Davidson Crest, to me, looks like Crest should take care of business. Forest View and South Point, who's got the ball last? Kings Mountain at Dudley. Kings Mountain's got to pull off the upset. Dudley, I think the thing that will beat Dudley is overconfidence.
Yeah.
And Statesville High Brighton, Statesville, I think, is going to do that, like you said, pretty strong.
Yeah.
All right. Over in the 2A, you got ready for those?
Oh, yeah.
Monroe Redhawks. We talked a little bit about this last week, how they used to be 3A. They moved down to the 2A, and these Surrey Cardinals have moved up to the 2A. So they meet in the middle, and we've got the Monroe Redhawks at the East Surrey Cardinals. Shannon, what you got on this game?
Well, this game will be a game of two great football teams. East Surrey's their defending 1AA state champ from last year, and Monroe, who's coming down from 3A back in the spring. Remember, they're the team that beat Kings Mountain in the playoffs last year as well. So we've got one coming up 2A, one dropping down to 2A. So Monroe comes in averaging 44 games. They're giving up 13. In the playoffs, they defeated Lincoln and Robinson pretty easily. They're averaging 59 points in the playoffs. Their quarterback, Kamoni Robinson, he's averaging 235. In the air, he has 29 touchdowns. They also have running back Nate Crosby and wide receivers Shalik Knotts, Elliott Reed, and Jacob Covington. And all of those guys are extremely fast. Now, East Surrey comes in. They defeated Newton Conover and Forbush in the first two rounds. They're averaging 49 points a game. They're giving up 10. Led by quarterback Folger Boaz. He's averaging 272 in the air. He has 27 touchdowns. They have two good wide receivers in Leighton Allen and Trey Armstrong. Now, defensively, they're led by Brett Clayton and Joshua Parker. While this game will be interesting, I think Monroe is going to bring something to the table that East Surrey has not seen this year, and that is team speed. Monroe has athletes everywhere on the field, and I don't think East Surrey will be able to cover them all. They may shut one down, but not all of them. And I think Monroe will go up to East Surrey and win 42-31.
Well, we've been talking about the competition you play during the course of the year.
Yeah.
Monroe's in a conference where they play some pretty tough competition. This is the time of the year that shows up.
Yeah.
You may be the third-place team in that conference, but you may be better than the first-place team in a lot of conferences.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the case here where Monroe's edge is that they've played better competition. They have the speed that you talk about. We've seen Monroe in the past at the 4A, the 3A level. They're tough. They play hard. They're well coached. I'm picking Monroe in this game, and I'm picking Monroe by a score of 34-28.
And Dennis, I agree when you say they're maybe the third place team on the in the conference better than somebody's first place team. All we have to do is go to 4A in the West and look at that. You've got those four teams basically in the Charlotte area.
Yeah,
they've played each other already twice, and so this will be their second time playing each other because a couple of them are in the same conference. So it's that can easily happen when you have a weaker team from one conference because they've played tougher competition.
Yeah.
And when they play these teams that have won their conference, then you realize, well, maybe we weren't as good as we thought, or maybe they were a little better than what we thought. So,
well, some people thought that about West Charlotte last week. And
yeah.
That Kings Mountain proved what we just talked about. It's your competition that you're playing. Even though West Charlotte had played some tough competition, they'd gotten beat by the tough competition.
Yeah, they have.
Kings Mountain had played solid against tough competition. Therefore, I'm going with Monroe in this game. Well, that brings us, Kevin, to the next one.
To the next break, actually.
All right.
When we come back, we're going to break down the matchup. When we come back, we'll break down the matchup who the winner of that game will have. Salisbury at Maiden tonight on WLON with Matt Chapman, Logan Baker, and Jason Sane will be there tonight, getting video highlights for us as well on Twitter. When we come back, we'll talk about that game and more on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Fun has a new address in the Charlotte region. Catawba Two Kings Casino is now open. 24/7 gaming excitement is here in Kings Mountain at 538 Kings Mountain Boulevard with 500 slot machines. Slot some time in your day at Two Kings. Take exit 50585. Regulated by the Catawba Nation Gaming Commission. Must be 21 or over to play. Play responsibly and within your limits. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call the National Council on Problem Gambling at 1-800-522-4700.
Now open, the all-new BMC Toner Solutions at 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. The new BMC Toner Solutions can save you up to 50% off retail on your printer ink cartridges. Extra large inkjets just $14.99 for black and $16.99 for color. Just call 704-862-7333. They're open from 9 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2 on Friday, and open every third Saturday from 9 to 2. The new BMC Toner Solutions, now open at 410 East Franklin Boulevard, Gastonia. 2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Need cash? Well, S&R Auto Sales in Shelby needs your car. Turn your car into quick cash at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. S&R Auto Sales will buy your car. Come in now for an appraisal and get the money you need. Or see S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for your next vehicle. And they have financing available. See Susie or Richie today at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at srautosales.com.
Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after 4 p.m. specials at Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. On Tuesday, it's Alaskan whitefish with all the trimmings for $7.99. On Wednesdays, it's beef tips with choice of potato and salad for $10.95. And on Thursday, it's an 8-ounce hamburger steak with choice of potato for $7.99. And don't forget about their daily lunch specials too. Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
What's next?
Code 55, ceiling fan.
Fantastic.
With a broken ceiling fan, I've had to improvise.
We can just fix your fan.
Yeah, that might work better.
All set.
Thanks.
Oh, look, honey, for outdoor use only.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Up in the morning and out to school.
Back to school brings many things. Things like increasing your knowledge, meeting new friends, and unfortunately some sniffles, allergies, and coughs. Be ready. Professional Pharmacy in Bowling Springs has your basic back-to-school healthcare products. Just talk with one of their friendly professionals. They'll be more than happy to answer any question you may have. Professional Pharmacy, 128 North Main Street in Boiling Springs. Call 704-434-9897 today, where you get the service you deserve from neighbors you can trust.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Witherspoon Insurance, Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football pregame show. Match up now. We've got to do WLON 1050 AM 107.5 FM tonight. The Salisbury Hornets travel up to the Maiden Blue Devils tonight, and they'll face off in a big matchup up there. The Blue Devils are undefeated. Started the season off 56 to nothing win over Ford. They beat Watauga, Christ School, which is in Arden. And then the West Lincoln was the third game of the season. They won by 6, and they blew them out last week. Bandy's, Bunker Hill, all blowouts. They hadn't had a close game since. They'll play Salisbury tonight, who's Shannon. They're also undefeated. What you got on this game, sir?
Well, since Dennis, he was talking about loving Maiden a while ago, I'm going to let him take this one first,
Okay.
and let him.
You want me to stick my head in the lion's mouth first?
Absolutely.
Or the blue deal with the devil. Salisbury's a number 6 seed. Maiden's a number 3 seed. As Kevin pointed out, Salisbury's 11-0. Maiden's 12-0. This boils down to who, again, competition. Who's played the better competition? Other than West Lincoln, Maiden, who have you beat? Who have you beat? Salisbury.
Watauga,
Well,
is probably their best win looking at it, Dennis.
yeah.
Well, Christ School was in overtime.
Is
Yeah.
Christ School any good? That's why I don't know anything about it.
They're a pretty good football team.
Okay, Christ School
But-
overtime, 27-21. Watauga's 47-0. That wasn't even close.
The bottom line comes
Watauga
down.
beat Burns.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a good win for them.
But
Go ahead.
when and who was
Salisbury's
who playing? I think they had a big COVID thing up there at Watauga
Minor.
early in the season too. I'm just going to say this: I think that the Salisbury team probably is speedier than Maiden. Maiden's not a bad team. Maiden is a good team. They will not get run out of the stadium tonight, but Salisbury will leave with the victory tonight, and there will be no joy in Maiden. And I like Maiden. I have picked Maiden many times over the course of the season, but this one time, Salisbury has the upper hand, and they'll come in and beat Maiden in their home field by a score of 28-24 tonight.
All right, Shannon, looking down Salisbury's wins, they've only give up 33 points all season, and that's in your notes. 21 of them were to Thomasville. So the other 10, they've give up 12 points. A grand total of, Dennis, you're a math major. Was that 1.2 points a game that they're averaging giving up in the other 10 games they've played? Wins over Polk County, East Rowan, South Rowan. Thomasville was the 49-21 game. Then West and South and East Davis in every direction there. Lexington, North Rowan, North Forsyth, and Bunker Hill. So that's how Salisbury got here, Shannon.
So they're averaging 49 points in the playoffs, and they're giving up 3. I know we were talking about that, or numbers.
It's at 1.5. I had them at 1.8. On. They're right on average.
All right, so they're let Georgia commit their linebacker, Jalen Walker. That leads their defense. Now, you can look on the scoreboard and think Salisbury must be loaded on offense, but that is, I think, is deceiving. They do have some good offensive players, but most of their points come from their defensive side of the ball. They are as advertised, and they will take your lunch money. Now, they are very good at what they do, but can they stop a high-powered offense? That's my question about this. That to me, that's the question. Maiden comes in after defeating Mount Pleasant and West Lincoln. They're averaging 42 points a game in the playoffs. They're giving up 3.5. Quarterback Ethan Rhodes averaging 185 in the air. He has 29 touchdowns. Running back Ben Gibbs averaging 122 on the ground with 11 touchdowns. And the receivers are Chris Culliver and Jacob Sigmund. So this is a toss-up game for sure, but I like Maiden at home, and here's why. If you go to last spring, you will see that on April 16th, Salisbury came to Maiden and won 52-12. And I think those kids that were playing in the spring for Maiden, most of them are still there. And I think that's going to feed into this. And they're looking for a little redemption, a little payback. Now, on the other hand, Salisbury's got the most of their team back too. So I think this is going to be a close ball game.
You say 52-12.
52-12. That was last.
And most
spring.
of those guys are back, right?
Most of those guys are back. See, this is the Salisbury team that played Shelby 2 years ago in the state championship, and Shelby just beat the brakes off of them. But because they were freshmen and sophomores, they were young. Yeah. And now, here they are, they're reaping the benefits of those kids staying with the program. And they got a good team. But I think Maiden playing at home, they played at home last spring and got just crushed. But I think that's going to play into this game too. Those kids remember that. And they know what to expect from Salisbury. And I think it's going to be a close game. But I am going to disagree with you, Dennis. I think Maiden pulls out the victory and wins 21-20. The dreaded 2-point conversion, no good.
Oh, God, there is Shannon again. He hates kickers. Ever since John Casey carried the Panthers to a Super Bowl.
Kicked it out of bounds.
And kicked it out of bounds.
He carried the Panthers to a Super Bowl, and the defense gave up 35 points. The steroid-infused defense gave up 35 points. If y'all want, that's the facts.
Panthers could put their PAT kicker in the Hall of Fame every year. Every kicker they've had for the Panthers, he's scored at least 3,000 points.
Well, the current kicker was Special Teams Player of the Week and has kicked 17 straight field goals.
Oh, yeah.
Hendersonville at Reedsville.
We back.
I think that's our key.
Bearcats at Rams. A lot of points could be scored in this game. Well, this is a very interesting game. Can Hendersonville upset and knock Reedsville's streak of wins? Shannon, what you got on this one?
Well, I think this is probably the biggest game in the state by far if you're not playing for one of these schools that's playing tonight. Both teams have high-powered offenses and both know how to find the end zone very quickly. Hendersonville comes in after defeating West Stanley and Burns, averaging 51 a game. They're giving up 19. They're led by quarterback Gavin Gosnell, who's throwing over 280, or he's averaging 280 yards a game. He has 29 touchdowns. Running back, and I think he's a freshman, Hezzy Rudisville, is averaging just under 100 yards a game with 15 touchdowns. Now, Reedsville comes in averaging 46 a game, giving up 11 points per game. They defeated Randleman and Chase to get to this round. Reedsville graduated a lot from last spring, so they're extremely young, but they do have some some senior leadership, even though they did graduate a lot of guys last year. They are quick to the ball and will beat you with their team speed. The one thing about Reedsville that is teams find hard to do is get to the edge and stretch the field on them. Reedsville's very athletic. And this is a tough place to play up there. So I think the last home game they lost may have been against Shelby in the playoffs. I think that's right, a few years back. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, I know Shelby did defeat them up there. But has anybody come in there and really punched them in the mouth and being able to match them offensively? That's hard. I don't think they have. And this will be a tough test for not only Reedsville, but for Hendersonville as well. So I'm going with Hendersonville. Going on the road because they are, I was reading something today online. They defeated Shelby last year in the playoffs, and then they were defeated by Mountain Heritage in the third or in the semifinals, whatever it was, and then Reedsville crushed Mountain Heritage. So Hendersonville feels that they could have easily played with Reedsville if they could have just got by Mountain Heritage. Maybe they overlooked them. I don't know. So I think Hendersonville wins this one. 49-42. It'll be a shootout.
Shannon Allen with the Hendersonville pick. I don't know how people are across states, and you I think you play around some of those message boards sometimes, Shannon. But how is that going across the state? Is anybody feeling Hendersonville in this, or you going out on a limb? What's your feeling on? I want to see what you think about that, and I'll tell you the matchup here real quick before Dennis says his.
Well,
take.
what I meant or what I read was on an actual newspaper up in Asheville. It was one of their articles. They had. But I think everybody in Henderson County thinks Hendersonville will win. Most people outside of Henderson County picking Reedsville.
Okay,
so that's what I think. I don't know how anybody else feels across the state about it. But
well, Dennis, the common opponent, Reedsville beat Chase 56-24. Hendersonville beat Chase 42-9. So Reedsville put 56 on the Trojans, and Hendersonville put 49 on them, or no, 42 on them. So 14 points more Reedsville put on Chase, if that's any barometer for you.
Well, my barometer reads that Shelby will beat Reedsville next week at home.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Well, you make a good point, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but you make a good point. Shelby's looking forward to playing Reedsville, but Reedsville's also looking forward to playing Shelby.
Oh, yeah.
And so this could be a
distraction.
Could be a trap game. So if you're looking ahead, you're going to get beat. So that's another factor. I didn't even think about till you mentioned that.
Yeah,
well,
the problem I have with that game is they both have the same color helmets. All right, go ahead, Dennis.
The Hendersonville boys are going to be in trouble, or at least the fans are when they go down to Reedsville and get into some of that Eastern barbecue down there. They're going to be full as ticks during the game and going to be miserable. And then when they see the score, it's going to be a slobber knocker. This is the two probably evenest matched teams in the state of North Carolina on the field tonight. You got a 4 and a 5 playing. You got Hendersonville 10-1, Reedsville 11-0. Somebody's going to come out of there tonight hurting physically and score-wise. I think that's going to be Hendersonville. They've got a long bus ride. Reedsville's at home. They're ready. They've got the home crowd. Hendersonville will bring a crowd to that game. They will be really, really fired up. I hate to say, but it depends on the ticky-tacky how this game is called, you know, in terms of a holding or a block in the back or bring back that touchdown. That could be the difference in this. They're predicting Reedsville by 7. I'm going to predict Reedsville by 7, 34-27 over Hendersonville.
And you mentioned this is a 4 and 5 matchup. This could very easily be a 1 and 2 matchup.
Yes, it could.
Yeah, this could. And Kevin, those are different helmet colors. Shelby's darker than that. You have to know your goals, my friend.
Shannon.
Get out of. I'm serious.
Shannon.
Shelby's darker color than that. They're a darker helmet color than that.
Shannon. What color is Reedsville's helmet?
Gold.
What color is Shelby's helmet?
Shelby gold.
What color is Shelby's helmet?
Shelby gold. Old gold, because it's a
what
Nike.
Color?
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Gold.
Okay.
Thank you, Shannon, for saying it.
No, they're different colors.
Oh, the crest helmet's gold too.
Yeah.
No, that's yellow.
No, that's gold.
It's yellow gold.
You look at the when the school was founded, the colors were green and gold. Because Ed Peeler was the athletic director.
Dennis, there's a thing that says
it's supposed to be blue, white, and gold, but they chose
changed it to yellow.
That's more of a chase. The picture. Can people see what we're talking about?
No, they can't.
Okay, well,
I'm just showing you that's a gold helmet with no logo
more
on
of
it.
a
Shelby has a gold helmet with no
gold.
logo helmet.
You notice the antique look to that helmet?
They don't have the same color.
That's why it's old gold and not gold.
No, that's Reedsville. That's Reedsville right there. Both of them.
Both those are Reedsville.
I'm telling you, Shelby's is darker gold.
Okay.
It's more of a yellow
It's gold with no logo on it, Shannon.
Okay.
True or false?
I'm just.
Is it gold with no logo on
It's
it?
a different color.
Well, what was that Wake Forest helmet the other night?
Jeez, I don't even know. I don't watch college football. What was
Chrome,
Wake
chrome
Forest
gold
doing?
or something.
They had chrome. Ugh. Anyway, so that sets up East Gaston at Shelby tonight. This is another rematch between a couple of teams. East Gaston put some points on Shelby last time. East Gaston's got a potent offense, but the defense has not been so potent this year. If it's one of those, I believe, Shannon, we'll see what you think. East Gaston's got a puncher's chance so they can get some turnovers and play a little defense. If not, it's going to be the same thing as last time, 50-25.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be, this is the second meeting between the two teams. Shelby's going to have to do something wrong for East Gaston to win this game. And that's no offense to East Gaston, but Shelby's just too athletic on both sides of the ball. East Gaston, you mentioned their backfield, the quarterback Trenton Sherrill. He's averaging over 100 yards a game. He has 11 touchdowns. They have two big bruising running backs in Markel McKinney, who has 1,398 yards on the season, and Justin Hill. That's the big playmaker. He has just under 2,000 yards at 1,992 on the season. They're big across the front line, and they use that power to control the game. Last week, they defeated Forest Hills 41-21. Now, Shelby comes in led by Dalen Lee, who's averaging 229 in the air with 36 touchdowns. Last week against Polk County, he had 500 yards passing. And so in the first meeting with East Gaston, Lee had 262 with 6 touchdowns. He has help with receivers and running backs. They're track guys all over the field for Shelby, and they all can flat out fly. And this may be the fastest receiving corps Shelby has ever had. And defensively, Shelby's led by Santana Hopper, Malachi Hamrick, Sam Baldry, Tadarian Griffin, and Jaden Pierce. So I think Shelby's team speed, passing game will be the difference maker in this one. Their special teams play, just like it was in the first match, it'll be a difference maker. I think Shelby wins this one 56-28. I think it'll be close like it was last time. I think the score will be the same.
Kevin, when you were a little boy and Teresa tucked you in bed at night, she read the story of this game to you. It was called The Tortoise and the Hare. And you know how that worked out. Now, Shelby is not the tortoise. They are the hare. And as Shannon alluded to, they got speed all over the place. They got speed in the backfield. They got speed on the outside. They got speed at linemen and linebackers.
Yeah.
They're too quick to sustain East Gaston methodically moving down the field with these guys. They might break off a run, but Shelby, they can run 10 plays, and Shelby can run 2 plays and tie the score. Yeah. It's just they're out athletic of East Gaston, and there's nothing wrong with that. East Gaston puts up a very, very tough game, have some talented running backs, but they're methodical in how they have to score, whereas Shelby can be like lightning. It can just boom, and they're up 14-0.
Yeah. I think that's the big key in this game is going to be East Gaston's defense. Can they stop the passing game from Shelby? Hill's going to get his yards. McKinney's going to get his yards. There's no doubt. He'll probably break one for 90.
Say, last week, don't forget, Dennis, one of the coaches for Shelby told us they ain't got nobody can catch the boy from East Gaston.
Yeah. Well, he's in track. He defeated. I asked Dobson Collins, who's Shelby's receiving coach this week, and I asked him. I said, "Who did Hill, or how fast was Hill?" And he said he defeated Shelby's fastest guy in the track meet.
Right.
Like he said he ran a 10, and I could have these numbers wrong. He ran like a 10:08.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Something, and
it was
Shelby
fast.
He was faster than the Shelby's fastest.
Excuse me, fellas. Are we talking about the track season? Or are we talking about a football game?
It's different. I understand.
Yeah, I mean they got helmets and pads, and
it is.
People trying to stop you.
But now Hill did break one when they played the first time.
He
broke two.
Now if I
he had 300 yards in that game,
I would probably go see that.
He had 300 yards rushing against Shelby in the first game.
Yeah, but you can give him 300 yards when nobody else is moving.
Yeah, if I get 300 yards, or if I give you 300 yards, and every time I get the ball, I'm going to score, I'll take that every day.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just telling you, he's going to put some yards on the board.
No doubt.
He's really good.
He may be methodical. He may be is faster than a speeding bullet and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. But the thing of it is, he's one man. Okay, he's got a running mate. Maybe he can do the same thing. Shelby's got a whole bench full of them guys over there.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to come down to East Gaston's defense. Can they stop Shelby's passing game?
Oh, and Shelby's got pretty good defense, Shannon, in case you didn't tell everybody.
We ain't even talked about that. Yeah, no, that's it.
It's a little shaky. We'll be back in a few minutes on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price with names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
3 big days of savings are waiting for you at Wright's Jewelry in Falston, with store-wide savings of up to 75% off. Friday, November 26th, it's the Black Friday after Thanksgiving sale. Saturday, November 27th, it's the Small Business Saturday sale. And on Monday, November 29th, it's the Cyber Monday online sale with Matt and Jennifer at 7 p.m. on Facebook.com/Wright's Jewelry Store and Wright'sJewelryStore.com/events. Up to 75% of savings from Wright's Jewelry, 4911 Falston Road, Highway 18 North in Falston. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, Settle Heating and Air has it. From complete Comfort Maker cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, they have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make Settle Heated and Air your first call and your only call for all of your cooling needs. Call 704-481-1788 or find them online at settlehvac.com so you can settle in with comfort. Comfort Maker, comfort with confidence. It's time to get your lawn ready for winter weather. It's time to head to Hojo Power Sports and Equipment in Shelby for a brand new Z-Turf Aerator, now in stock and ready to roll. Also check out the lines of Red Max, Husqvarna, and Shindawa trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus Ferris, Snapper Pro, Simplicity, Walker, and Hustler mowers. That's Hojo Power Sports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby, online at hojopower.net. Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. Two good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Jeez, I'm laughing so hard at Shannon over here that I forgot if it's morning or not over here. Tomorrow morning, you just heard an ad there, Shannon, for Saturday morning sports talk, and not for Saturday morning, for Shelby Heating and Air. And I want to mention to they are our new Saturday morning sports talk sponsor. Saturday morning sports talks 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. live every Saturday morning. JP's here. He's in the house. You might have heard him yay down the hall. Terry Reinhardt, Zach Mayu, myself, and Tom Sinafani talking American Legion Baseball, high school sports, Major League Baseball, NFL, PGA Tour Golf, NASCAR, NBA, NCAA sports, and more. And we're all fed big old biscuits and sandwiches and pancakes, whatever JP orders from Mitchum's Kitchen available. I want to thank Shelby Heating and Air for jumping on and being our new sponsor there, Shannon. Now, it's time for some highlights from last week's games. Now,
highlights?
Not, it's more. Some of them maybe have more highlights for the other teams because wasn't a great week on KTC's broadcasting teams. But here we'll go. This is Maiden 47-0 win over West Lincoln, and if you'll notice the theme of this one, Dennis, if you hit my computer button there, a lot of passes. It was the air raid last week on the Rebels. Shannon, let's say. Man going deep on outside. Long touchdown. That was 14-0 in this first one. They blew by our cameraman. And Maiden went up 20-0. This is just a straight go pattern. What's this catch? Good catch by number 2. Don't have the name. I'm sure the Maiden folks do. Then Maiden punched it in from 1 after a long play. And then another punch in from 1 after a long play. And then here's the last. Another long pass here. West Lincoln. They punched in from there, tackled there for 2. And Maiden wins 47-0 for the West Lincoln Rebels after a 6-point game earlier in the season, Shannon.
So will they be able to do that tonight? That's the key against Salisbury. That's going to be the question.
I think the Salisbury defensive backs may have something to say about that.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to keep up with that receiver. That's
they have more than one.
But he's tall. That receiver's tall, though.
Right.
Yeah, he's a tall kid.
So next up on the highlights will be do this one. Oh, that was not this highlight. Next up on the highlights is we'll go Crest and West Rowan. Now this was I think Hannah did this. Hannah Roof on the sidelines last week. West Rowan Falcons on the Chargers. Chargers 28-15 to win. West Rowan wins 3-0. Field goal. Then the Chargers come back. I messed up the point play. There's Mario. I should have cut that. DB trying to make that tackle. I don't know what he was doing. Then the Wildcat for the Crest. Just made it 14 to 3. Then the Falcons punched in. It's cut 14-9. That's a big play. Then there's another one. 15-21 was the score. This is getting shaky here in the studios after this one. But long run down the top.
That was right before the half, too.
That made it again 21-15. Crest was still leading. And Crest pulls away for the final score 28-15.
Where are you, Ray Harper? They're playing your song.
That touchdown on that long run to make it 28-15 again, or 21-15. Crest was up 21-8 on that right before that play, and West Atlantic fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
right before that play, and they jumped on it. Crest guy had it. He tried to scoop and score, but he dropped it. West Ram recovered. Next play, they threw just like a screen pass to that receiver on the outside, and he broke one. So a lot of us, a lot of people were worried that was going to be the momentum because I was going straight into halftime when that happened. Then Crest came out second half and punched it in. Now the biggest stat of that game was the announcers. The guys on the radio were solid.
Yeah, I've heard Robbie Roop did a great job.
He actually, he had a little help too. And I mean, just saying, you can't hide talent, and they didn't over there.
Again, it was so sexy we had to put it on the sidelines tonight. This is the Burns and Hendersonville highlights from up. Speaking of the cold, Tom, want to thank him and Danny Aker for their job last week and in the makeshift press box up there in Hendersonville. They did a good job. Trip Marty for helping you guys get set up as well as always, and Matt Royce. Bulldogs led 7-0 to both. Highlights you showed. Team that scored first, lost the point. 21-yard touchdown lead to LJ. And then Hendersonville ends up 16-7. This 40-yard boot on the field goal. And this is a nice little RPO, Shannon. Almost to line of scrimmage and got the receivers sprinting down the sideline. It was out. Gaston, 51-yard pass that made it Hendersonville 24-7 over Burns. Encourage you to punch win from 1 yard. Norwood did not play last week. Hendersonville goes up 31-13 with another run up the middle. Punches it in. The Bearcats victory over Bulldogs in that game. So those are our highlights from last week. This week we will have Twitter highlights, guys, from all three of our broadcast games, and special reporter Matt Royster is going to be at South Point tonight.
Wow.
So we're going to have highlights for East Gaston and Shelby from Tanner Halbert, Crest at North Davidson from our Shannon Allen.
That ought to be good.
And
I hear he's good.
He's sexy too. Maiden and Salisbury for we'll have Jason Sane, and then of course for the who did I skip after that? First few South Point Matt Royster for that. So we got 4 games of highlights, 3 on the radio for you folks during the Red Zone channel. So it should be entertaining. That starts at 7:30. Coming up 7 o'clock here in just a few minutes, we're going to send it out to all the games. So let's refresh how to listen to the games tonight.
Well, before you get to that, I want to say something to Shannon. And we kid around a lot and everything, but I had a friend who doesn't live in this area where he picks up the radio station and listens to us. He listens to some other radio stations for the teams in his area. And he said, I have heard you guys down there at that station, and y'all are so much better than the people we have up here doing the games. So that's a compliment to the whole group of announcers that we have. We've got quite a group of announcers that do a tremendous job, and they're so good. Sometimes we have to take them out of the booth and put them down on the field, like Shannon here.
Adding up the number of years we've have everybody added together, we might get to 1,000 years of doing ball games, or at least being alive. We got so many. Yeah. There's just so many of us, and people like Shannon's so old. So anyway, we've got North Davidson and Crest tonight.
Shannon's not old.
I'm so good. Give me a raise
on 101.5. FM tonight. North
Here, let me
Davidson
jack that chair up a little bit and give you a
at
raise.
Chris. If you'll get you a sponsor, Shannon, that's what you need, the Shannon Allen sponsor.
I'd like to announce my new sponsor, Shelby Heating and Air, starting next week.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
So we've got WHS. All right, let's go over this. 101.5 tonight in Shelby is North Davidson at Crest. The Black Knights at the Crest Chargers. That game as well, folks that are watching online. The links here on the slideshow I'm showing you on ktcbroadcasting.com. This is how you go to listen to these games. You can click on this big green button, or you can click on one of the stations here, or you can go down here to the slideshow with all the games in it. Click on the maiden game if you want to see that. Click on the Crest, or click on the to see it, to listen to it, East Gaston, and it'll bring up the player. The player will have all the games tonight. Cherville, the WCSL channel. Shelby tonight. You're on 1390 AM, but the stream you're on is on the WCSL 1590 AM stream. So go to the WCSL stream for East Gaston at Shelby. Crest will be on the regular WHS Shelby stream. So Crest, nothing different that you guys have to do for your normal stream for our games. Same thing with the WLON games. Maiden tonight, Salisbury and Maiden. That game will be we'll be on WLON on that stream as well. If you have any problems, feel free to call the office. We'll walk it through. We'll get JP to answer the phone, or Mason to answer the phone and try to walk you through it. But Dennis and Shannon, your final thoughts and stuff as we wind down tonight. You guys, real quick, I tell you what, any thoughts on the 1 and 4A games before we get out of here tonight? You know, we don't really pick those, but, you know, we've got some matchups in the area. Again, let me go through those. Murphy at Eastern Randolph will play the winner of North Rowan and Robbinsville. Thomasville at Mitchell tonight will play the winner of Star Mountain, Mount Airy. Mallard Creek at Huff tonight will play the winner of East Forsyth at Glen. And Cuthbertson at Weddington will play the winner of Porter Ridge at Chambers. Shannon, any thoughts?
Well, I was going to say in the 1A. In the 1A East, there's actually a really intriguing matchup. Southside will be at Northside. These two teams are from the same conference, and they finished first and second. And on October 11th, Northside won 26-6. But this time, just what you see online, everything else, Southside has figured something out. And so that could be an
What
upset.
city or what town? What county?
Near the beach.
We got a north side and a south
I don't
side.
know, Pasquotank. I don't know where they're at.
South side of what?
Well, you know, they're over on the north side, and that other one's over on the south side.
Is it the Yankees versus the Rebels? Is that the mascots in this game?
I'm not there.
I know, I'm just asking.
It's just north side and
Rhetorical
south side.
question.
So anyway, I think that'll be a good matchup. And again,
Tupac and Biggie involved in this? That's east-west.
Yeah, that's east-west. Yeah, this is north-south. This is Lee and Grant.
Lee's versus the Grants.
So anyhow, let me get. You mentioned about these other games.
All right, go ahead.
Well, that was in the east too. But in 4A West, Charlotte again. Mallard Creek's at Huff. That's the second meeting. The first meeting, Huff won 31-7. They'll probably. I got them losing tonight against. I think Mallard Creek pulls off the upset there.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
31-7 to upset.
They played,
were
yes.
any of those guys in a fight this week on the football team?
I don't know.
Because they arrested 17 people.
I'm telling you, Mallard Creek. That's your boy from Carolina. One's from Shelby, quarterback Marquise Williams.
Yeah,
you know,
but he ain't at Carolina no more, and he ain't at Mallard Creek.
He talked to Carolina this week. Mallard Creek will win this one against Huff, and that'll open the door for Chambers. But I think this one again, Cuthbertson at Weddington. This is the second meeting between those two.
Yeah,
Weddington won 28-13, and that was back on October 22nd. They'll win again. I think they'll win again.
So they'll win again this week.
And Porter Ridge and Chambers may be the team to beat in 4A right now.
Yeah, I would think that. Now, Huff may have something to say about that.
They won't. They'll be playing basketball. Mallard Creek's going to be. Mark it down.
Mallard Creek.
The Creek is back. Hey, everybody's back in Charlotte. I'm back. We're back, but the Creek is back.
Yeah, the Creek is back.
The hat is back.
Okay.
Going to the ship.
Kevin.
I need. Where's my 3
Where's
shot?
the Super Bowl play?
Where's my 3 shot?
Where's the off button?
Reservation.
Let me hit that 3 there.
He's back.
I don't think Shannon's an alcoholic.
I'm not. Don't do anything like that. No.
But
I'm a realistic.
She sure does act like it sometimes.
Well, he had a pregame meal. Where, was that Crest or Shelby? You had a pregame meal.
That was over at Crest.
Crest.
Baked
What did they
spaghetti.
feed you tonight?
Baked spaghetti. Flint Hill Baptist Church.
Flint Hill. There you go.
Church.
Flint Hill Baptist Church.
What's it called? Too much communion tonight, huh, Shannon, over there?
I think he had some of that communion wine.
He had too much
That's
communion
Catholic.
tonight.
We're not Catholic. We're Protestant.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering some of the things. What it is, it's not his fault, Dennis. Is Terry sits over in that seat on Saturday mornings, and it's that seat. When you sit there, sometimes you say silly things.
You get smarter. And Terry is.
That's where you're going to go with
Terry's
that one?
intelligent. He's a very intelligent man, and you sit here, it just oozes out of him, and it just seeps into my pores. I'm telling you, Mallard Creek will win tonight, and they will upset Huff.
Okay.
You heard it here first,
Dennis,
folks.
you got
Southside
any
beats
other
Northside.
thoughts or upset pulls in the ones or 4As?
Well, in the 1A, I think that Murphy might give East Randolph more than they can handle. North Rowan's going to find it a little chilly up at Robbinsville. Thomasville is going to get frosted up at Mitchell.
What?
And Starmount and Mount Airy, that's a tall mountain to climb down there. And so I'm going with Mount Airy in that one too. Now Mallard Creek and Huff, I'm going with Huff. Sorry. The Mallards is ducks, and this is duck season. They're going to get shot down. Forest View and Glen, I'm going with Glen. Cuthbertson at Weddington, because I can pronounce Weddington. And Porter Ridge at Chambers. Like I said, my old buddy Chris Hawk, who's a Charger, coached over at Mountain Island Charter, moved over to Chambers, and he's got it under control down there. So Chambers tonight, you're setting up another Huff and Chambers meet for King of Mecklenburg County and advance to the state playoff championship.
So you're saying North Rowan is going to lose to Robbinsville.
That's what I said.
And Thomasville's going to lose to Mitchell.
Can you play that back?
Just go move to the mountains. There's no way these mountain teams are going to beat these two teams. There's no way.
Have you ever heard of weather?
It's just cold. It ain't doing nothing.
You tried catching the pass in cold weather, your fingers about to fall off.
Dennis do make a point. It is hard to catch a dang football when it's cold, especially when the quarterback throws it 100 miles per hour.
And you running and you hit that ground and it's froze and you, never mind. Ask me about it next week.
Well, next week, so here's the matchups again. We're going to go through the games one more time so you know who's playing who could play who next week. If you're looking at the scoreboard online, the games that are touching each other, those are the ones that will play each other. So Murphy at Eastern Randolph tonight would play the winner of North Rowan and Robbinsville. Thomasville at Mitchell would play the winner of Starmount and Mount Airy. And I'm going to say Mount Airy by whatever they want to win by. East Gaston will be at Shelby tonight. They'll play the winner of Hendersonville at Reedsville. Salisbury will play Maiden tonight, in Maiden, of course, and they'll play the winner of Monroe at East Surrey. In the 3A, Forest View at South Point tonight in a rematch, Big South. North Davidson, and they should just put Kings Mountain on that side and just let the conference play their own little tournament, I guess. North Davidson at Crest tonight. They'll play the winner of South Point and Forest View. Kings Mountain will be at Dudley. They'll play the winner of High Brighton at Statesville. Then Mallard Creek at Huff tonight, and they'll play the winner of East Forsyth and Glen. Cuthbertson at Weddington, and they'll play the winner of Porter Ridge and Chambers. So that's your games tonight. Again, we'll have Salisbury and Maiden on WLON 107.5 FM, 1050 AM, and we'll have highlights of that game, highlights of Forest View and South Point, no radio coverage of that. I think that will be on WGNC, however, one of our little sister stations. Shelby hosting East Gaston Warriors tonight will be on 1390 AM in Shelby, 92.3 FM in Cherryville, and 1590 AM in Cherryville. And then Crest and North Davidson tonight, 101.5 FM in Cleveland County. All the games you can listen to on KDCBroadcast.com. We'll have highlights of all four of those. And scores, Dennis, won't we, of the rest of these? It shouldn't be too hard.
You do an excellent job.
16 games.
And if they want to know the scores, just tune in, dial up that scoreboard that you see right there. Mm-hmm. Kevin will have the scores posted of winners. And it's like a friend of mine he called me Saturday and said, I fell asleep in the chair. I didn't hear any of the scores. I said, good thing for you. I brought home my score sheet. I gave him the scores of every game we had on the scoreboard last week. He said, oh, that is terrific, man. I said, all you had to do was go to your computer and turn it on.
All right, well, we'll give a picture. There's Tanner set up out at Shelby tonight, ready to rock for the Golden Lions and East Gaston. He'll have highlights of that game. His camera takes really good shots, folks. So he as long as the batteries don't die in
and
that
when
game,
you see,
because it might be 100 points.
And when you see the black lines at Shelby, you know it's playoff time.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And here's another thing, too. We talked about this a while ago. If you look at the 2A right now, especially in the 2A West, Monroe, East Surrey, Hendersonville, Reedsville, Shelby, and you can go ahead and add East Gaston in there. 5 out of those 6 teams have been in the top 5 of the state, if you want to talk about state rankings, all year. So that 2A West is absolutely loaded with great games, great teams, and it's going to be an interesting night, especially not tonight and next week. It's going to be really fun to watch.
And that conference tournament they're having called the playoffs
yeah,
for the Big South is pretty good, too.
Absolutely.
Shannon, there's nothing more consistent in high school football
There it is.
than the Friday afternoon ride home after school, after a meal.
That's here. That's
to
riding
KTC.
here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
riding here
absolutely.
after a meal, after school, after the meal, and then riding to the station. Then CJ passing out on the way here.
That boy could be the future president and be going to the 20-something, whatever.
Whatever, yeah. That seatbelt.
Presidential training right there.
Seatbelt won that one.
All right, Calvin, you about ready in there? All right, we're going to send it on out to the fields here in just a moment. So, everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. You've been listening and watching the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football, Western North Carolina Prep Football pregame show, live with Shannon Allen, Dennis Davis, and Calvin Hastings here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. If you have a big appetite, then ask for the Super Slam at Denny's, Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby at the Cleveland Mall. The Super Slam features 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, 2 link sausages, 2 pancakes, and hash browns, all for $6.99. That's right, only $6.99. Plus, you'll find a full menu of all your favorites. Ask for the Super Slam for just $6.99 at your local Denny's, 2025 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, open 7 a.m. till 10 p.m.
Wind Supply of Shelby provides the local plumbing and electrical contractors of Shelby and the surrounding area with the most profitable solutions for supplies and services. They have a dedicated team of experts and top name products like Delta, Moen, American Standard, A.O. Smith, Renai, Gerber, Milwaukee, Gould's, and more. Visit the showroom soon and see how you can keep your kitchen exciting. That's Wind Supply of Shelby, located at 208 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and online at windsupplyinc.com. Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs, from preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too. Is your washer or dryer on its last leg? Is your refrigerator and stove giving you trouble? Well, why wait till they completely break down? Come to the Appliance Center at 793 West Main Street in Forest City or the Appliance Center at 508 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. They sell new appliances in the box and new scratch and dent appliances for all of your household needs at heavily discounted prices of up to 50 and 60% off MSRP. And military, veterans, and first responder discounts are available. Visit your nearest Appliance Center in Forest City and in Shelby today. Don't let bad plumbing drive you plumb crazy. Call the plumbing experts. That's Homestead Plumbing in Forest City. Sure, they can clean your drain or even do a camera inspection for sewer line and replacement. But did you know they have water treatment systems and water heaters? From residential to commercial, they do it all. Give them a call at 828-245-7302, 828-245-7302. And they also have employment opportunities. Call Homestead Plumbing at 828-245-7302 and like them on Facebook too.